So I was just talking with a friend of mine tonight, and he was asking me about when he should contact a potential romantic interest back through text or through phone calls in the future, when he should do that, or should he, like, kind of leave it in her position, in her court, to get back to him, vice versa. So we had a nice conversation about that this evening. It had me think about a lot of different things after our conversation when it comes to those beginning stages of meeting someone. And, all you want to do is say the right thing. All you want to do is do the right thing. But, you get wrapped up. You get wrapped up in the moment of trying to make an impression. And the last thing you want to do is make a bad impression. One thing that came out of our conversation that I said to him was that, it seems like with women, the one thing that they're always looking for many times in those beginning stages of seeing if a guy is a potential suitor or the right suitor for them is they're always sniffing out and looking for a stench of thirst. Thirst. If there is some kind of feeling that I've noticed for myself in the past, and also talking to friends. So this is experience, and through listening to the experience of others, I've noticed that if you give a woman a feeling of thirst, that, you're really wanting her, that is like the last thing you want to do. Because, and this also goes for men too, to an extent. Like, we don't necessarily want to deal with a woman who is, desperate. But it's more for women. Women have more of an issue with that than guys do. Because women have different prerequisites of what they're looking for in a man. A woman, it's what they call a pre-selection value. Pre-selection value is one of the greatest things that, or you could say, it is within the top qualities that a man has to protrude for a woman to take him as a potential suitor. And pre-selection is just her knowing that other women also want to be with you, right? In other words, if you take a guy who maybe he's not rich, maybe he doesn't even have the greatest personality, or he's not that funny, let's say. Maybe he can even be a little bit of a jerk. But if that guy walks in a room with 3 supermodels, every girl in the room is going to say, who is that guy? They're not going to be able to help it. It's just going to be something inside of them that wants to know, who is that guy? And so if you're coming off with some form of thirst, that is the last thing you want to do, because now the woman in question knows, oh, you clearly don't have supermodels on your shoulder, right? So, that doesn't mean that you have to be some super playboy type or anything like that, but just that at the end of the day, what it comes down to is self-assurance. Self-assurance. Knowing that, life is good. Abundance. It's just like the nature of law of attraction. Like attracts like. You have to already be in the energy of relationship and beautiful people coming into your life to attract beautiful people into your life. That energy of it, even if they're not physically there, the energy of it has to be swirling around you, and you have to feel good about it. That's what's most important. you have to have that self-assurance. If you don't have that self-assurance, you're going to always repel people away from you. And so that's the first portion of this. I could go deeper. I'll probably do more videos about it, but I'll keep it short with just that. The self-assurance, how important self-assurance is, and why pre-selection value is then that important, you see, because when you are in this position of, I'm doing okay, life is good, things are happening for me, then the people come. People aren't around when you're down and out. That's when it's like, well, where did they go? Right? But when people see that things are going good for you, then they want a piece of you. But the thing is this, people don't have to per se see those things around you. They just have to feel the energy of that around you. So if you tap into the energy of all of what that is, that glamour, glitz, or whatever, then you become that and you attract that. Self-assurance.